Hello and welcome. I'm about 50 minutes late. Had a little problem with the computer and I had to drop that stream and pick up another and figure out how to do my screen share, which I need for this presentation. This is a presentation on divine numbers. And I was asked by a commenter last week if I would do a live stream on angel numbers. And I'm happy to do that. I love angel numbers. Angel numbers are so much fun. So before we get started, I just want to comment about numbers in general. Numbers are a divine language, actually. They're a galactic language. And our solar system, our universe, the things that we know are built on number or geometry. And we are built by the golden ratio. Our planet is built that way, and it is a common language throughout the galaxy and the universe, and is an easy way for our angels, our guides, our higher selves to communicate with us and give us updates. It's kind of like having your own private news channel. So I think that's all I wanted to say about that. I'm going to go, well, here, let's start here. I'm going to explain the meanings of the single digits and the numbers 1 through 9. And I'm going to do in zero. Zero is not a number. Zero is a concept, but we're going to use it as a number because it has an impact on us. I'm going to explain that, and then we're going to go do our life path number. I'm going to show you how to find your life path number because that can be really important for finding the right information in the numbers that you're given. And then we're going to play with angel numbers. So our camera's here, my screen's here, and I'm also going to share screen with you, and we'll see how that goes because so far that hasn't been working well, but we'll see. So, and I don't want, when I screen share, I have also created a PDF for you. Okay, the PDF will be available. I'll give you a link. You'll sign up for my VIP email list, and you'll get an immediate download to your browser. Okay. Now, let's start. Let's start here. You know, I got clued into this yesterday. Dr. Gail did a show, and she brought up Mystic Martian Tarot, or it's actually an Oracle deck. And she even showed the Golden Ratio card in this deck. I don't know if you can see that well. There we go. Okay. Golden Ratio. It's what we're built on. Numbers are involved. But there's several other cards in that deck. The Vesica Piscis, which is the number 8. And this is the Divine Feminine also in the center of that card. And Uberus, which is the serpent eating its tail. It's the 0. This is the concept. This card says infinity, eternal, past life. And I think this is why the 0 is so important. It can lead you to a lot of information. Okay, let's see if we can share the screen now. There we go. Okay, Basic number meanings. Your 0 is your life force. It's life energy, it's super consciousness, it's angel support, it's the cosmos, it's a cosmic number, it's infinity. The 1 is an initiatory experience. It's a Hi, G. Covington. Yes, I'm back. I figured it out. I had to set up my computer differently. It was a mess. I was cursing the whole time, but I'm here. So, the 1, we're talking about the 1. It's an initiation number. You know, when you go through an initiation, it's just you. Nobody else is there. It's you. It's all about you. It also requires attention and it signifies attention, the focus on one thing. It's, it informs concentration. It identifies independence and self-motivation. So the 1s are really important. And you'll see in your life path numbers, which we're going to do in a moment, some of you may be 1s. And you'll also see 1s in your birth numbers. 2 is a reflection, and it's duplication. And it's a point of receptivity. It also refers to the memory and partnerships. And it also indicates peace, the balance. Memory is very important and very interesting aspect of this number. This can include some previous life memories. So the 3 is a creative number. It's imagination, wisdom, communication, inspiration, and the desire to assist. 3s is a lot of group activity. It's a trine. So in geometry, you know, it's a 3. The trine is a 3. Triangle is a 3. The 4 is actually square in geometry. It's also about vision and seeing, reason, structure, because it's square, it's the foundation. And it's a number that indicates construction and organizing. So triple 4s and quad 4s are very interesting. The 5 is internal hearing and your intuition, but it's also freedom, fun, and change. It's constant change. And I have triple 5s in my birth numbers, and I can assure you that change is part of the story. It's constant change. 6 is discernment, and is also referred to as discrimination, which a lot of people have a hard time with that word now because that indicates so many things. But it's being discriminating about what you let into your field, okay? What you let into your world and your thinking. You have to have discernment about this. It's also a very magnetic number, and it refers to the family and service to others. So the 6 is actually the 3 twice. So you're also getting in your 6, you're getting all of this other information. The 7 indicates victory. It references your speech and your words, being very discerning about your speech and your words. It's a truth-seeking number, and it is a spiritual number. If you live in a 7 house, 7 apartment, or the street address is a 7, money making is going to be a little on the difficult side because you're going to be focused on the spiritual aspect of it. The 8, everyone loves the 8. It's the infinity symbol. It's also your Kundalini. It's also related to your DNA. Your Kundalini energy rises from your sacral chakra all the way up the spine to the top of your head. It's also a number for health and indicates security in finances and abundance. And 9 is response. This is a very interesting concept. It's the union of opposites, so it's very singular. When you see this card in tarot, it's the Hermit. And the Hermit looks like a 1. He's standing alone on a cliff or on a mountaintop, and he's very singular, which goes back to the initiation, the idea of initiation. This is also union of opposites. It's a nurturing card, and it's a number of completion. So if you are here in the chat, and I don't know, but I think G. Covington, I think you're the only one here today. Feel free to put questions in, because I can find them easily, and I'll be happy to answer them. While I'm here, no, I don't think I'm going to do that, because I'll probably knock myself offline again. Let's take a look in the description of this video. There is a link for you to sign up to my email list, and you will get these slides when you sign up. Okay, let's work on our life path number. G. Covington, if you'll put your, yes, put your birth date in, and we will do this. We will do this right here. I'll add yours together. Your life path number is your birth month plus your birthday plus the birth year. And very good. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. G. Covington, we're going to use you as another example. We're going to run through these two, and then we'll do you. It's your lucky day. So the first example is 12/15/1987, and we're breaking these numbers down specifically as single numbers. We're not adding 12 together and then adding 15 together and then adding this number together and then adding them together. No, we're breaking it down one number at a time. 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 7 is 34. And 3 plus 4 is 7. So the 7 is the life path for this person. The next example is 3/2/2005. 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0 plus 0 plus 5 equals 12, and 1 plus 2 equals 3. Even when you get life path numbers that are master numbers, which are 11, 22, and 3, you should also reduce those down by adding together. So 11 would be 1 plus 1 equals 2. 22 is 2 plus 2 equals 4. And 33 is 3 plus 3 equals 6. But you'll also see them drawn this way, or written this way. Okay, that indicates to the person they have a master number. I'm a master number 33/6. That's why I'm online and I'm talking. I'm communicating. Okay, so there's much more to these life path numbers than just what I'm getting ready to show you. So let's do 4 plus 2 plus 0. 4 plus 2 plus 0. Why is this not working? 4 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 9 plus 6 plus 3 equals so that's a 25. So, my dear, you are a 7 life path. You are a 7 life path. Okay, let's talk about each one of these life path descriptions. Ones, they're self-motivated, they're independent, and can be highly critical of themselves or others. As an example, I believe Tom Cruise is a 1. I don't know the number. I don't have a celebrity for each one of these. That would have been fun. I didn't even think to do that, but I know that he is a 1, and I think that's very obvious. You can see it. 2s are peacemakers, they're mediators, and they love companionship. I have a sister and a mother that are 2s, and they love nothing more than to have us around to visit with. 3s are communicators. They're happy to entertain with stories and their creative ideas. 4s are, you often see comedians being 3s, and people who MC and host podcasts are. 4s are security seekers and they love home. They could be overthinkers and procrastinators. Some of that I think is from the 4 being a square and being very sturdy. I think is the word I would use. 5s are adventurous and they need fun and excitement in their lives. I have a friend who's a 5. He's constantly going. He's constantly moving around. He's constantly having a party or going to this place or planning a trip and constantly pulling people in. 6s are magnetic. The 6 number is magnetic, and they like to nurture and save others. They're also very family oriented. 7s are private and require some type of spiritual connection, and they are often loners. Okay, G. Covington. Yeah, nothing wrong with it. It works for a lot of people. 8s seek out financial security. They don't take advice well, and they often learn the hard way. You know, my first boyfriend was an 8, and he didn't take advice, or he wasn't really interested in what everybody else had to say. 9s like to take charge and are leaders. They can hang on to the past and often become responsible for their parents or abandoned by them. Yes, I would think 9s would be in therapy quite a bit, or should be. Taking that leadership role is a tough thing to manage. Okay, let's talk about master numbers really quickly, because if you have an 11, you're adding these 2 numbers together. It's a higher vibration of a 2. The 22 is a higher vibration of 4, and 33 is a higher vibration of 6. You don't see a lot of these numbers, these other double numbers in people's life path numbers. But these numbers could pop up. I would think when you do your numerology, when you do the rest of your numerology, because there's more than just the life path number, that you will see more of these numbers, but these are the 3 that people recognize the most. 33 is actually part of Masonry, and the 33 degree is a higher vibration of 6, and 6s always want to serve others. There's service to others wrapped into their life path. Often we will have a life path. Let's go back to the life path numbers really quick. They're just the basic numbers. Let's go back here. Often we will have a life path number that pushes us to try something new, to step out of our comfort zones. And you will often see life path sixes who need to develop discernment and service to others. Or you'll see a one that really needs to work on self-motivation and being more independent. There are other factors involved. So one of the reasons I wanted to show and share all this information today was because you can go in here. No one is the ultimate expert on these numbers. You have, when you have this information, have the ability to go in and discern for yourself what works for you and what makes sense in your situation. You know, you've got your astrology, your genetics, your culture, all of this wraps up with these numbers. And so how you express each one of these numbers and these life path numbers, there's the variety is huge. So don't feel like, well, I'm a one, but I'm not self-motivated or independent. Well, this is what you're here to work on. Okay. Angel numbers. Angel numbers. I've got two people watching me. I know G. Covington's one. If you're just watching, you can subscribe. It'll just take a minute, and then come in and comment and ask questions if you'd like. But you're welcome not to do that too. Let's look at these triple numbers. Like I said before, no one has the definitive answer on these numbers. These are suggestions. These are common responses to these numbers. And you may get them in doubles, you may get them in triples, you may get them in quadruples. When you're getting them in threes, they're related to the triangle, to a trine, okay? So they are in balance, they're in play, they may not have played out yet. When they're in quads, when they're in fours, so it was 11-11. 11-11 is about actual manifestation. Four numbers together. 4-4-4-4, 4-4-4-4, right? 1-1-1-1, 22-22, 33-33. These are manifestation numbers. So if you see them in quads, then you want to really look around and go within and figure out not who necessarily, but what's manifesting in your life. So triple ones are talking about staying true to yourself, and they're telling you that universal energy is available and that you can ask in the moment. So when you see a triple 11, especially if you see a quadruple one, so 11-11, you want to take a moment and shut down for just a second, no matter where you are, and just ask for what it is you're wanting, what your desire is in that moment. They will respond. They're telling you that they're there. This is their language. The numbers are their language to speak with us. So they're there and available to serve you in that moment. The triple twos means your heart is engaged and relationships can be strengthened. So when you see a triple two, it's a really good time to call a loved one and check in with them, a friend, maybe somebody you haven't talked to in a while. You might even find that around that triple two, maybe even minutes before, moments before, or maybe earlier that day, you were thinking about this person. That's the person you want to call when you get a triple three. Really important to respond when you get it. Oh, I'm sorry, not a triple three, a triple two. A triple three means your intuition is high at the moment. Creativity is asked for, and you need to put your best creative self into the world. It's a good time to sit down to make some art. It's a good time to put a project forward. If you're working with a team or a group, when you see that 333, go in and look at what you can do that day that has a creative bent to it. 444s, security and stability are indicated. A strong foundation can be built now, and you can reach out for assistance. 444s, if you're building something for yourself, if you are reorganizing an idea you've had for a long time, or if you're deciding to step into that idea and start building it, good time when you see triple fours. A quadruple four would be you are actually getting ready to manifest something. 555s means change is afoot, it is freedom, and growth is inevitable. I like 555s. I like the idea of growth. 666s are a higher calling for service to humanity. When you see 666s, and people get kind of weird about that number. It's, to me, there's no bad numbers. It's whatever you want to perceive about that number. If you decide the number's bad, then yeah, it's going to be bad. But you don't have to make this a bad number. This is actually a very kind number. You're wanting to be kind to yourself. You're wanting to come into service for humanity when you see this number. So I wouldn't worry about the 666 designation that people give it. It's not what people think. Also, when you add the sixes together, or the fives, the fours, threes, twos, or ones, you're getting another number. So the 666 is 18, which is a 9. Nines are completion. So you're addressing this on a higher level than the mundane level where people worry about this number. So this would be a 3, 6, 9. It's 12, which is a 3, and this is a 6, and this is a 9. 777, luck on the way. You see this, they play this a lot in casinos and lottery numbers. Luck on the way, embrace your connections to spirit, integrate spirit and the physical together. You're working, when you see this number, you're working on blending your higher self and your mundane self. That's not an easy task. This number is just there to remind you that there is support there. Okay. This is a 21, it's another 3, which is a communication number. 888s, this is another number people love. It's abundance, success, balance, and achievement is available. Trust your intuition when you receive this number. And 999s are endings and new beginnings. You should be embracing change. You should be practicing non-resistance and practicing allowing. This means you're moving into a new frequency. And the 000. 000 is a big change in perception, spiritually and physically. There are new opportunities and new starts when you see this number. You don't see this number very often. However, we've seen this recently. This is the year 2000. And you're not going to see, prior to 2000, the turn of the centuries were double zeros, so 1900, 1800, 1700. Now we've entered into turn of the century triple aughts, 2000, 3000, 4000, 5000. Now we've got to wait another 1,000 years. But the people that were born in the year 2000 have access to perceptions about spirituality and physicality that many people, or they're new ideas for people. Very important number. Very important. Okay, here's the fun part. I want to talk about the numbers we see every day. Because yes, we see these triple numbers, and yes, the single digits are important to us. However, when you start combining numbers together, that's when the conversation really gets going between you and your angels. Okay? Now, G. Covington, if you're still here, and I've got another person watching, if you want to pop in and comment about the numbers you've received, I'm going to put 1010 in here. Oh, goodness. This number, 1010, if you're watching this later, you can turn on the chat and see our comments. 1010, the 10 in the tarot is the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune is karma. And the Wheel of Fortune is movement. A 1010 is a balancing of karma. Now, you may find other descriptions of 1010. This is my description of it. It's balancing karma. When you get a number like that, you want to examine who's in your life, what your relationships are like right now in that moment. And be open to the idea that you may need to release something. You may have misperceived something. 1010 is just a heads up. It's a heads up for people. G. Covington, you're saying 4 triple fours. I seem to look at the clock and see triple fours. Yeah, 4 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Check your security and your stability in your foundation. Maybe there's something that you can do to shift what's occurring in your life. Maybe it's an opportunity to reach out for assistance and ask somebody for some help. Yeah. The other angel number I wanted to talk about is this one. $12.34. 1, 2, 3, 4. I get this a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4 is a countdown. It's a countdown. The countdown to manifestation. You could also add the 1 and the 2 together and make it a 3, and the 3 and the 4 together and make it a 7. You could be balancing communication with spirituality. It's a 3 and a 7. You could also add 1, 2, 3, and 4 together, and that's a 10, which again is karma and the wheel turning. So 1, 2, 3, 4, when I get that, and I get it quite a bit, it's telling me I've got things lined up. I need to shift into internal mode and just do some self-examination. The other one that everyone likes is 1111. And the 11s are 2s. So 1111 is a 2. 1111 looks like this. 1111 is a 2, 2, or a 4. 2 and 2 is 4. And it's also the Magician card. In the Tarot, the number 11 is the Justice card, the balancing the scales. But the number 11 is often associated with the Magician. And so between those two, we're talking about some level of balance that's required. It can also indicate communication from your angels and guides about managing your energy a little differently. I believe that the general public refers to it as being an opening for communication, which all numbers are. But 1111, specifically, people get very excited about it. I saw it yesterday. You can also see it as a need for communication. So it might behoove you, if you get that a lot, if you get 1111 a lot from your angels and guides, to sit down for a moment and do a little meditation and see what information comes through for you. Now, there are other places you can find numbers. I mean, GPS coordinates, your social security number, your phone number, your address. So there are a lot of different avenues for your angels and guides to speak to you, or for you to reflect your inner being in number. So if I am living in a 7 apartment, I am attuning to that frequency of the 7. And if we go back, we can see that the 7 is about speaking, our speech and our words. It's truth seeking and it's spiritual. So what I want to do now, I'm going to show this. If you look at the ticker tape at the bottom of the screen, I've got a bonus for you. It's these slides that I've used. You can have my slides that I used in this presentation. I've also got this link in the description. So you can click on that, sign up for my VIP email list, and you will get an automatic download of the angel numbers. When you verify your email address, it'll pop up in your browser as a tab. And there you go, everyone. I hope that was helpful. You are welcome, G. Covington. I'm glad you stuck it out. I will, now that I know how to do this, we'll do better next time. So I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now.